Right, so the other day I discovered something absolutely amazing. A friend of mine sent me a video on YouTube. It was David Hasselhoff performing Jekyll and Hyde, of all things. And when I first saw the clip come up, I was like, oh, this is going to be silly. I was getting ready to sort of take the mickey out of it. Oh, it's just David Hasselhoff, the guy with the kit the car and Baywatch, you know, slow motion running. But as I started watching it, I was like, this is absolutely amazing. Like, his way of portraying both Jekyll and Hyde in the clip that I saw was like phenomenal. So I did a bit more research, went through things, and I found that the whole production is on YouTube. The entire thing from start to finish. And it's filmed in a theatre. It's the Plymouth Theatre in New York. It's a Broadway theatre, Broadway show. So I started watching it. Apparently it happened in 2001. And they made a DVD. It was like put on TV at some point in America, and they've made a DVD of it, which I'm now going to try and hunt down myself, because this thing was so good. I want a copy on DVD. So I don't know if this YouTube video is supposed to be there. I don't know if they're going to try and take it down at some point. I think the video's been there since like 2001, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere anytime soon, but I would love to watch this again. I might watch it with other people, maybe a family or something might want to watch it. So, see, it's David Hasselhoff in a Broadway cast, putting on a phenomenal show. The scenery in this is brilliant. Like the stage pieces, the big set pieces are great. Like his lab, and there's a church piece, and there's like alleyway streets and all that sort of stuff. It is brilliant, and it is the story of Jekyll and Hyde, which is a classic horror story, obviously about a scientist who wants to sort of split the personalities of the human, sort of the good side and the bad side, and he invents this like medicine that can do that, and obviously it gives him two separate personalities: the Dr. Jekyll, which is his normal self, and then Hyde, which is kind of all the darkness of a human being in sort of one embodiment. And they do this in an amazing way. So the way they do with transform Hasselhoff into Jekyll and then Hyde, so he's got his hair kind of slicked back into a ponytail when he's Jekyll, and when he's Hyde, the hair comes down like over his face, and it gives him such a creepy look. And it's a fantastic look, because you can literally distinguish when he's Jekyll and he's Hyde. And there are so many gifted performers in this, like continuously all the way through it. There's great songs, really good songs, and it's a really good like singers, because these are obviously Broadway stars. I mean, I've been to a couple of sort of plays. I went to what's shown Broadway. I was in New York years and years ago now, but it's the Green Day show they did, the American Idiot show. That was brilliant. I've also been to some West End shows. Obviously, I'm from England, so obviously I go to West End when I go to Broadway. So, like, West End shows like Lion King, I've seen Little Shop of Horrors there. All these, like, various different West End shows that I've seen. And this was on par with all of them. This was phenomenal. I'm not sure why this has gone under my radar, because I do love a good, like, horror-based musical. Like, I love Little Shop of Horrors. I like Sweeney Todd. I love, Rocky Horror Picture Show, obviously. So this is something I should have seen years ago. It came in 2001, I should have known that. And also, I'm a kind of like retro person. So David Hasselhoff is always kind of on the radar of like that retro thing from Knight Rider and Baywatch and stuff from my childhood. So it's like, I should have known about this. But I was unaware of how good David Hasselhoff is in this show, like the whole way through. The man is just like brilliant. Like the scene I showed, the clip that I first saw that sort of triggered me onto this production. Hasselhoff is literally singing as both Jekyll and Hyde, going from one to the other, having like a conversation with himself. And he's literally going from like, Jekyll's kind of like he's got like half the ponytail slicked back, and as he turns, the hair comes into his face from the other side. And he's like going like, he's talking as Jekyll, and then he goes to Hyde, and Hyde's kind of like, and like, and then he goes back to Jekyll, and it's just like they're looking down, looking up to show size difference, and I thought that was incredible. And like, but his mannerisms change as he goes from, and he's doing this quite quick in some parts. I mean, some parts he's doing like long bits, and then he's going to the from there, but other times he's going like, ooh, douche, douche, douche from one to the other. But his voice is changing as he's switching from one to the other. And his mannerisms, like the way he turns into Hyde, it goes from like begging from Jekyll to Hyde. And he's literally throwing himself from there to there. And the voice is going from like, he's proper David Hasselhoff, like, whoa, voice. And then he goes like, from to there. And it's phenomenal. I was totally blown away by it. And that's what hooked me to this musical. And then watching the rest of the musical, the performances, the girl that plays, I think her name's Lucy, is sort of a lady of the night type girl. Her voice is fantastic. Like, she bursts out these songs, especially when she has her own sort of like her own sort of solo pieces. She bursts these things out. The girl that plays Emma's also fantastic. The supporting cast are brilliant in this. And like, you actually get emotional at parts of the thing because they do such a good job of sort of sucking you in. Because like, obviously I'm thinking, I'm going to be watching this and I'm going to be constantly thinking, that's Michael Knight, that's Mitch. You know, but I didn't. I completely, after a few seconds of that, I was in this thing, and that was Jekyll and that was Hyde. So tops to everyone involved in this production. It's phenomenal. I'll put a link to the video in the description so you guys can set out to try and watch it yourselves. I'll also, I might try and put a link to, like, if I can find the DVD on Amazon, I'll link it to that as well. But I would recommend getting the DVD because the version on YouTube, it is a little bit pixely, a little bit of like lesser definition, so it's not fantastic. I'm pretty sure the video probably in a better if you bought the actual DVD, it'll be a better copy of it. And I think this was like recorded from the DVD and then put onto YouTube, so it's lost some of its strength, if you would. I'm not very technical, I don't know the terms. But yeah, definitely, I mean, what a fantastic find. I mean, I love finding things like this. So like, if you have anything else, if you think, oh, this might interest you, please put it in the comments. Let me know if you've seen anything that might interest me like this. I said, I'm not the biggest sort of like musical fan, but I do occasionally sort of like jump into a bit of a musical every so often. I mean, as I said, I like the Grease and Hairspray and all those ones because they're fun. And I like the horror side. Like Little Shop of Horrors is one of my favourite films of all time. And like Sweeney Todd is fantastic. So if you liked Sweeney Todd especially, you'll love this. Like, this is right up with Sweeney Todd. It's the same sort of like vibe and feeling, that same sort of like time period. It's like definitely a period piece. The costumes in this as well are fantastic. So the set design and the costumes alone are award-worthy winning. And it's like it looks like it's a smaller kind of theatre they do it in, but they make such good work on the stage and how they transition from one scene to another and one set piece to another. It's brilliant. You cannot fault them. So get yourselves to YouTube, follow the little link, it's in the description, and check it out yourselves. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think David Hasselhoff should be doing more of this. He may be doing more of this, I just don't know about it, but this is what he's made for me. Obviously, we all remember David Hasselhoff's singing career being like big, the whole big in, we all take the big, like the big in Germany thing, and he's like, I've been looking for freedom, and the big Berlin Wall behind him, and he's in the, we all remember that side of Hasselhoff for his music side, but this is where he belongs, if you ask me. But anyways, and also he has a little speech at the end. I won't spoil it, but he comes out and does a little speech at the end where he references sort of like his past and like now, and it's a fun little speech for him to do after the sort of musical finishes. But anyway, guys, watch it and enjoy it, and I'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.